mi cintura, pierdo la cordura, no todo está en avión. Pierdo la cordura, choca mi cintura, estamos en altura, mi amor. Temperatura, baby, choca mi temperatura, choca mi temperatura.
So welcome back to the channel, guys. On today's video, we'll be talking about 100 days of consistent posting on Instagram and how that kind of affected my life, why I wanted to pursue such a challenge in the first place, and any lessons or advice I'd have for anybody who's kind of contemplating whether to start posting on Instagram, start their content creation journey, or start personal branding in general. Why did I start this journey? Why did I begin posting for 100 days straight, and why did I set myself that challenge? So I've always loved content creation. I love creativity and creating something of your own. You know, it's one thing to consume content and learn and educate yourself, but it's another thing to create a video or a photograph that you personally created and then post it online. It brings joy to me, as a matter of fact, to be able to say that I created that and to see your creation. You know, as humans, we are creators. We're supposed to create unto this world. We're made by a creator to create unto this world. We're meant to give back to what we have been given. We have been given creation. We're meant to give back to creation. And I feel like I was a consumer for so long. I love YouTube. I love Instagram. And I sometimes find myself in deep spirals of consumption, consuming videos, consuming education, consuming learning. When you consume and consume and consume, your mind gets filled, right? But when you create, you express yourself, you pour out love, you pour out light, you pour out joy into the world. So I wanted to definitely create more, and I said to myself, it was my biggest weakness at the time. I didn't have consistency in posting. I post every now and then. I'm a perfectionist, right? So I'd wait for the perfect moment, I'd wait for the perfect video, I'd wait for the perfect photograph to then post out onto Instagram or YouTube. But that's not the way to pursue content creation. Content creation is the total opposite. It's not about perfection, but about consistency. It's better to be consistently good than occasionally great in the content game. And that's a hard lesson that I had to learn. So I essentially wanted to turn my greatest weakness into my greatest strength, right? And how can I do that? Well, 100 days of consistent posting. And one of the great things about social media is that you can publicly keep yourself accountable. So when we set goals, as men and women, we tend to set goals to ourselves. We write them down in a journal, close the journal, put it away, and only you know what goals and what ambitions you have. But when you publicly speak these goals into existence and on social media platforms, not only do you know the goals, but your friends know the goals, your family members know the goals, and strangers know your goals, and they're going to keep you accountable to those goals. And not only that, but you don't want to be a man that isn't integral to his word. You don't want to be a man that says one thing but then does another. You want to be a man that sticks to his word. So when I put out there that I'm going to post for 100 days straight, I had no other choice but to do that. When I went into this challenge, number one, I wanted to build a consistent posting schedule. I wanted to build that skill of and resilience of just posting every single day, no matter how I feel, no matter if I'm tired, no matter if I was busy throughout the day, just have that skill of posting every single day. I wanted to reduce the friction between creating a video and posting it. I wanted that just to disappear. I wanted to create a video, post it, and then forget about it. On to the next. That's a great business skill, right? Create something, post it, forget about it. Don't dwell on the results. You focused on the input. Let God deal with the output. You focused on the hard work. Let God deal with the results and expectations. And I also wanted to gain traction on social media. I want to build my personal brand. It's very important for me to do so. I feel like the lifestyle that I live, including, you know, faith, a lot of fitness, marathons, ultras, high rocks, health and fitness. I love seeking wisdom and knowledge. I love adventure. I love travel. I love exploration. All of these things contribute towards my personal brand, and I want to build that online. I want to build a community of like-minded individuals who value the same things as I do, who like the same things as I do, who connect the same ways that I do, and just grow that community online and that personal brand online. So I thought the best way to do that was to undergo this challenge and to post for 100 days so people, number one, get to know me. They get to know me better. They get to understand who I am. Number two, to have them videos onto the page, so when people go onto the page, they know okay, this guy's regularly posting. And yeah, number 3, so just to assert myself online, to gain more followers and to gain more eyes on the personal brand, so eventually it will grow later down the line. Now, it wasn't easy when I started. I said it to a couple of my friends who were regularly posting content about, I'm going to start this challenge, posting for 100 days straight, and they loved it. They loved the idea. I'm going to turn my greatest weakness into my greatest strength. And I went ahead with it. I didn't feel ready. I didn't know what I was going to talk about. I felt a bit embarrassed, to be honest. I felt a bit like I was in a spotlight syndrome, like I was doing something but I didn't have the authority or position to do so. I felt that a lot, actually. Yeah, so for the first video, I had a few non-negotiables for how the challenge was going to go. I wanted to talk for 60 seconds or longer. I wanted to minimize filler words and stutters. I wanted to talk cleanly into the camera. I wanted to talk confidently. And it could be about anything that I've gone through about my days, lessons I've learned, wisdom that I picked up, experiences that I've had, anything really you can talk about. And I wanted to do that for 100 days straight. I didn't want it to be scripted also. I wanted it to flow naturally. I really didn't know where this would lead. I didn't know if I would even make it to 100 days straight or if I'd just give up halfway. But I posted my first video anyways. I didn't feel ready. I just did it. I just took that first step. And then the second video came around, and then the third video came around, and it took me until around day 30 to actually find my groove in this posting. It took me quite a while to find my voice and to find my quote-unquote niche and pillars that I love to talk about, like faith, fitness, mindset, etc. And up until then, I was just, it's that friction, right, that you encounter when you try something new. We're all going to counter this friction when we try something new. Why? Because we've never done it before. It's not going to be easy, but that's where most quit. They come into a new business venture, they take on a new challenge, they sign up for their first marathon, and at that start, it's a very frictional period in their life, right? And it separates, it's like a sift. It sifts the good from the great, the consistent from the inconsistent, the disciplined from the lazy. And I knew this period was going to come along me, but when you pursue and persist and be resilient in your life, you come out the other side in day 30, day 31, you're finding your rhythm, you're finding your groove. It's not something you do, but it's someone you are, okay? And that's a very important point. Take note of that. It's not so much something you do anymore, but someone you are. So yeah, we're coming into day 30, day 30 to day 70, for example. It's this kind of like middle period of the challenge where it's just that repetitive reps. It's just those reps in the gym that nobody sees. It's that middle period where you're not at the start anymore, you're not near the end, but you're in this middle period where you don't really get applauded, you don't get awarded, you don't get a trophy, you don't get a medal, because it's these monotonous reps that I'm not going to say nobody sees, because there's obviously people watching the videos, but like, you get where I'm coming from. And then day 70 came, and this was the part of the challenge that kind of became a bit more difficult because I was running out of things to say. I was losing a bit of hope. I was losing that momentum that I had. However, this taught me it's not all going to be joyful. No one said the journey is going to be 100% joyful and 100% enjoyable. It's not going to be enjoyable sometimes. It's not going to be joyful sometimes. It's not going to bring you dopamine. But you have to keep on doing it. You have to keep on putting those reps in. That's what those last 30 days taught me. I really was fed up some days. I was recording videos at 1 a.m. because I had a busy day. I was tired, stressed. Yet I still kept the word. I still posted that video. And God has just been so good as well. Throughout this challenge, providing me with ideas, encouraging me throughout the way, giving me courage to speak on my faith. And I've never spoken about my faith publicly before this challenge. And then God gave me that opportunity to then speak on my faith. And one thing I actually want to touch on now that I've thought of, the idea was, before this 100-day challenge, God originally gave me that desire to post for 100 days, right? It wasn't my idea. It was God that placed the idea inside my mind and inside of my heart to go forth with this. And I never knew where this route path or journey would lead me down the line. You know, when God gives you these ideas and desires, I've talked on it before on this channel, you must act on them. You must act on them because you do not know where it will lead you 5 weeks, 6 weeks, 10 weeks down the line. God gave me opportunities to speak in church. God gave me opportunities to speak my testimony. And God brought amazing people into my life and into my environment. And for that person who's sitting here watching this video, kind of thinking to himself, wow, I actually want to begin my personal branding journey, my content creation journey, or just you want to improve your communication skills, you want to improve your confidence behind that camera, I challenge you to do this 100-day challenge. I challenge you to post for 100 days straight, to commit to something for 100 days, because it's not easy. It's not easy having eyes on you for 100 days. I'm telling you that. Take that first step. You won't feel ready, trust me. But I'm telling you, the journey that God will bring you on will be incredible. Your communication will become better. Your confidence will become better. Your consistency, your discipline. A lot of fundamental values as a man will be strengthened because you took that first step. And I'm interested to see how your journey is. Drop a comment below if you're taking on the challenge so I can kind of keep up to date with how you're getting on. Drop your Instagram if you want to kind of connect on there. And yeah, just really blessed to see God working throughout this challenge and through other people's lives throughout this challenge. And the next kind of season from here is to prioritize my YouTube. I love talking to the camera. I love spreading wisdom and spreading value and sharing my experiences and lessons learned. So I'm going to prioritize my YouTube videos once per week and then repurpose my YouTube videos onto Instagram, TikTok, YouTube Shorts, etc., etc. I want to grow. I want to become more confident in posting. This isn't the end of the journey. It's literally only the start. I'm so eternally grateful for it. And I just thank God for giving me that desire, opening doors in my life and leading me to where I am now today. So all glory to Him. Yeah, appreciate you watching the video. I hope you're out here in the sun. What a day it is. It's so beautiful outside. And I appreciate every single one. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up if you liked the video. Thumbs down if you didn't. And let me know what you want to see next, okay? So all the best. God bless. And peace. Adios.